Hey guys, today we're going to talk about Sun Tzu. We're going to take a look at his kit and we're going to look at what the best pairings for him is right now. A lot of you might be wondering right now, what is the single best infantry march currently? Or what is the two best infantry marches currently in the game? We're also going to take a look at the gear, the talents, and the armaments. And we're also going to recommend some extra pairings that you can go with him. So let's get started. On his main skill, we can see he's a single target commander. He has a rage requirement of 900. There are only a couple other commanders that have this as well, like Gorgo and old school XY. We can see his single target stretches out to a 3000 smite nuke. That is probably the biggest right now, single target nuke, or one of the biggest in the game. We can see with the military sage effect, when dealing smite damage to a target troop, this commander's troop also deals 30% of this smite damage as fixed through damage. So what's important to understand about this part is, even when he's in the primary and you have your secondary commander is also going to benefit from this skill as well. So how it's going to go, Sun Tzu is going to deal damage. He's going to do some fixed through damage with this part by himself. And then the secondary is going to deal smite damage. And it's also going to trigger this skill as well. Alright. Next up, let's check his second skill out. The second skill, I can already see they upgraded the infantry march speed quite a bit. It's now 25%. Sun Tzu also gets a nice portion of health here. And a good portion of attack as well. On his third skill, we see the classic field troop underlined here. If the commander is in a field troop, which means if he is not on the field, the skill is not going to take effect at all. Infantry units gain defense while on the field. If the military sage effect is active, this commander's troop deals 10% more smite damage. Yeah, the 10% here is something that you would normally see that they put on these smite commanders in general. And he has a 50% chance to deal an instance of smite damage for every basic attack. Damage factor is 400. And this can trigger up to 1 time every 3 seconds. So it's a nice cooldown here. And it's similar to Luce and Gorgo's instant smite procs, but not completely like that. But that is also good to have. On the fourth skill, this commander's troop takes 10% less damage. Yeah, that's standard. Gains 20% extra rage for every one enemy troop that takes fixed true damage from the military sage effect. Now here we can pause for a bit. This part of the skill here on the fourth skill is related to the active skill. So here we can see that he hits up to 2 enemy troops in a fan for fixed true damage. Now, your secondary commander, if it's an AoE commander, it's going to deal even more fixed through damage. So, for the primary and the secondary, you're going to get some rage here when you deal fixed through damage, which is quite nice. Which actually leads me to believe if you use an AoE commander with him, you're going to get a lot more rage as well from this skill. Alright, the next part, he has a 100% chance to deal 2% more damage for the next 5 seconds when gaining rage from the myriad maneuvers effect. So the more times you get rage, he's just going to start gaining more damage. And we can see it's a stacking effect up to 5 times. So in total it's going to be 10% more damage for the next 5 seconds. And the stacks will refresh when you gain another stack. And probability is 100%. Alright, the expertise, we can see it's just the upgraded version of the main skill. So we don't need to go through that again. Alright. So, for him, being an infantry versatility and smite commander, I can already say his skills is pretty on point with the current meta. He's going to stand out very good at the beginning as well. And yeah, let's take a look at his talents. Here you can see I have the classic old school infantry smite talent tree here. I went for Thunderous Smite full into the smite tree. I picked up fight or flight, and I took to the bitter end here. I'm just a big fan of to the bitter end, so don't take that too seriously. Alright, and with the red talents, I took Iron Spear, Undying Fury, like the normal ones you would take, Hold the Line as well, because I'm going to, for me, my playstyle, I always stay attached to targets more while fighting, and of course we take Strong of Body. Now, if you're looking for more March speed, we also have this talent tree right here. This is my variant of it, but in TKC there's also another variant that uses Pack of Punch. So with this one, you'll gain maximum March speed on the field with Fleet of Foot, and you also gain 6% March speed here as well. It's basically the same talent tree, it's just that I prefer to the bitter end, but that's just a personal choice for me. As for the armaments, he's obviously going to be a pincer commander. Important inscriptions here to get is Toppler, and it's going to be Demolisher, like we explained in the past. Do I think other formations is good with him? If you already have a arch formation, then you can probably use that, but I would recommend that you directly go into pincer formation so that you don't waste time or your upgrade materials on formations that you will only temporarily be using. Now let's take a look at the gear. Here you can see I just have a basic set of infantry gear here, 2 KVK piece and a 4-piece normal set. For the accessories, I have drum and horn. The most important accessory for Sun Tzu, in my opinion, is going to be the horn. It's a must-have. You have to use it with this commander. And the drum, I just perform more rage for all of my marches in my lineup, so I went with the drum as well. Now, as for the other gear, I am still using my old set, which still has talented pieces for the pant and boots specifically. That's why I have it listed here for my preview. But if you want optimal performance in the field, you're going to go with the KVK helmet, the hammer, and you're going to do the 4 set piece for the infantry to get the 4-piece bonus for more march speed on the field. You can also dive into getting the leadership pants and boots if you want that extra health to get a better ratio in open field. But yeah, like I said, this is still the set that I use. I have my pieces talented on my account, and I'm not planning on dismantling those just yet. Anyway, what other accessories can you use with him? It's going to be the Ring of Doom and the Greatest Glory. So how you would set that up is you're either going to do the drum and the horn, the ring or the horn, or the Greatest Glory and the horn. Now, let's get to the good part. What do I think is the best infantry march right now? And it's obviously going to be the only one guy I can recommend right now. It is Luce. Yeah, why? Why Luce and not Baikyu? Why Luce, huh? You know, like, why did you pick Luce? Well, for a couple reasons. It's going to go hand in hand with the instant smite procs that he has on his 3rd skill, as well as the extra basic attack that you get from Luce. He has a 5 target AoE, and he has a march speed reduction on his main skill. But yeah, I am going to recommend Luce as his most optimal pairing, just because you can gain a lot more rage faster. You can trigger a lot more of Luce's kit with the instant smite procs. And yeah, that is why I recommend Luce as the best one right now. I mean, it's obviously like Sun Tzu and Luce is probably going to be the fastest skill cycles for an infantry march that you could have on the field right now. Yeah, hands down. It's going to be fast, it's going to be tanky, it's just good, man. Like, yeah. Alright, next best one is going to be Baikyu, of course. Baikyu is solid as well. He has a 5 target smite nuke, he has the malice stacks, so This one is already as well. He has good march speed as well, health bonus as well. Yeah. Third best pairing for him, I would recommend Wallace. Wallace does also a big single target nuke, but the good part is that this damage that he deals will not be reduced like on the other two commanders with Sun Tzu. So here, the fixed true damage, if he is the secondary to Sun Tzu, will actually be a lot more on the two targets that you hit with a fan. The other reason why on his third skill is that he boosts the damage by a lot. It's 40%. And with his expertise, you have a chance to like clear some effects on you if you're slowed. And you can gain a shield as well. So there's definitely a lot more durability here. So where I see Sun Tzu and Wallace standing out a lot is definitely as one of the top swarming marches right now that you could bring to swarming flags, swarming garrisons, swarming rallies. This is where I would recommend using Wallace. Next up, other pairings that can work with Sun Tzu. I would recommend Gorgo. The reason why Gorgo will also work is because he also has a big single smite nuke. You lose a little bit of the march speed though, and she has instant procs as well, same like Luce. But her fourth skill, this Illuminator skill, goes off a lot when you're fighting another enemy troop. So I think this could be a nice boost as well for Sun Tzu's kit. And especially if you're going to do Sun Tzu Gorgo, I would recommend using the Ring of Doom. And it's because Gorgo has a delay when she actually deals her damage. And this overlaps usually very good with the Ring of Doom procs. So that could be actually really nice as well. So, and of course, Scipio Milianus can work as well as a single target nuke. In case you don't have Wallace maxed, this will also work great. And especially if you're hitting strongholds, you can take benefit of his third skill here and also his fourth skill. So you can also silence targets while you're hitting them. Yeah, that is what I would recommend for pairings wise. Best two pairings for infantry right now, I would say it is going to be Sun Tzu and BQ. So the second choice that I recommend there. Next up, we're going to have, for the second march, is going to be Luce. And we're going to go back with Alex. Why Luce Alex? It's just because this march is also very fast on field. It has a lot of durability. It has a lot of area damage, sustainability. So, and you can obviously take some better effect here with Alexander's expertise to bring that damage buff to your marches back. Now, for the best three infantry pairings, again, it's going to be Sun Tzu BQ. It's going to be Luce and Alex. And it's going to be Wallace with CJ. That would be my top three infantry smite pairings right now. I mean, for third infantry, you can also still go back to Ragnar Scipio, but we know where Ragnar is at the moment. And yeah, that is my summary for Sun Tzu currently. While I used him in my Arc match this past weekend, he was very mobile. He was even taking down some of the QSH marches pretty good, which is really good for infantry march as well. And yeah, I was running in that Arc match, I was doing Sun Tzu and LC. Just, it was handling the QSH marches really good. And yeah, that's going to be it for this video. If you like this video, please drop a like and subscribe. And let me know in the comments if you want more future videos like this for more commanders or any other type thing in Rise of Kingdoms that you may be wondering about. All right, I'll catch you guys later. See ya.